It's your favorite short-lived Genshin Impact private server copy pasta here. Okay, real talk, it was actually really strange seeing someone randomly mentioning me in my video on the Discord and it being a meme for a day, but I'm back, early or late, with these monthly updates on the state of Genshin Impact private servers, depending how you want to see it. So since the time of my last video, a lot has changed with Cultivator and Grasscutter servers. Well, really the big bulk of the changes was like a few days after I made the last video, and they mostly deal with Cultivator changes. But it's pretty huge, so let's just move on to that. So first of all, the boring important stuff. It has been over a month since these changes, but I do feel it's important for people to know a bit how Cultivator and Grasscutter works. It is important to note that you now need to patch your Genshin Impact's metadata to be able to access private servers. However, you also need to patch your Genshin Impact metadata back to how it was before if you want to play on Hoyoverse servers again. Thankfully, Spike solved that problem by having Cultivator automatically patch the metadata when you want to launch the game, and then changes it back when you exit the game. Oh yeah, Spike. Spike HD is, from my knowledge, the main guy behind Cultivator and Grass Clipper. Go check him out. He usually releases a video tutorial whenever a big update comes out for Cultivator. Not to mention that his videos are legitimately better than my rambling that I post every month. Anyways, back to the boring stuff. So if there's something wrong with Cultivator dealing with the process of connecting to servers, you might have untoggled something in the settings, or you might need to update your Cultivator so it knows it needs to patch the metadata. Who knew? Updating Cultivator when a new release comes out is kind of important. But yeah. Basically, you need to patch Genshin Impact whenever you want to change between Hoyoverse and private servers. In other news, to make sure Cultivator has an even lower bar to entry, the Cultivator launcher now launches in admin by default, because for some reason people would try to make it work without admin permissions. Well, anyways, on to the fun part. From what I remember, Genshin Impact modding was always kind of a thing, but I didn't really touch it because I'm not too sure why. Probably just because I didn't care enough to go through the extra effort. Whatever. Now that it's an integrated feature in the Cultivator launcher, I'm never going back. In fact, recording the whole beginning of this video was a painful experience, so how do you mod your Genshin Impact? Well, if this was 2 months in the past, I would have to go through a more involved method that I wouldn't want to explain. But since we're in the future, here's my non-tutorial guide on how to mod your Genshin Impact with Cultivator. And by modding, I mean mostly model swapping. But let's be honest here, model swapping is the most important and most mainstream popular form of modding. Like, it's just silly and funny to look at, and seeing Minecraft Steve and Genshin Impact gets people talking. So the first thing you want to do is activate swag mode. This applies to all the Cultivator changes in this video. All you need to do is press that cool question mark at the top of the Cultivator client 3 times. You do that and you get all these cool new options. That will most likely mean nothing to you right now. The important thing about swag mode is that it allows plugins for the Cultivator launcher, which allows you to mod the game. The plugin that you are looking for is 3D Magoto, as this is the program that you use to inject outside models into the game. So just download and extract 3D Magoto from the GitHub, tell d3dx.ini where your Genshin Impact is, and congratulations, you have successfully installed mods into your Genshin Impact. Kinda. We can now manipulate models at will, but what's the point if we have no models to replace with? Well, good thing if you press this cool wrench at the top of the launcher, you get sent to a mod hub where you can easily download what you want. Don't tell anyone I told you this, but the mod page is just really pulling mods from Game Banana. So if you really want to download mods manually, you can just find them over there. But I didn't tell you that. But honestly, making it baby easy to download and install mods in the client is a huge step forward in making a Genshin Impact modding scene. And honestly, it's a really good idea. I mean, there is a reason why the Steam Workshop is so successful even with its limitations. People want mods, but people don't want to deal with the process of getting mods. The Game Banana mod hub also comes with a mod manager for when you have too many mods. So you're free to select whatever degeneracy that you fancy, make sure you have no conflicting mods, and then launch the game, and yeah, look at it. I hate it. However, dumb mods like this is what gets people to actually start modding and overhauling games. And even though it was possible to mod before, now that it's easier than ever to mod, we can expect to see the Genshin Impact modding scene grow. That being said, I'm not even sure by how much, since like private server shenanigans and Cultivator is a really small subsection of people who are aware of Genshin Impact. But there's some power to it, as I'm kind of inspired to add some of my own model swaps. Even though I know it's going to be quite the task to do. Will I actually acquire some 3D models, rig, and create some light meshes and all that? No. So character model replacing was not the only thing that was integrated with swag mode. We also got shaders, which are admittedly not as cool as model swapping, but changing how the game looks like in general is pretty nice. I mean, it's kind of crazy that the game can look so different with just a bit of lighting and post effects. So how do we enable shaders to make Genshin Impact look different? Well, first things first, you need to have swag mode on. Then you're going to want to download and extract Reshade UWP. This program is what allows you to make Genshin Impact look different by adding some post-processing effects to the game. You want to place it somewhere safe and tell Cultivator where it is. Now you're going to want to find some presets for Reshade so you don't have to do any actual work. I like Lieutenant Ripjaw's presets and use that one myself, mostly because his tutorial was the one I used to learn about reshade, and it was the one that Spike linked in his video. Now without Cultivator, this would be the part where you have to do some minor coding to tell reshade where your Genshin Impact files are. However, since reshade is integrated with cultivation, you just need to replace your reshade 64 DLL and add your presets. All there is to do now is launch the game and press the home button on your keyboard to open up the reshade menu. There you need to tell reshade where the shader presets and textures are, and then you're done. You can now go and use shaders to change how Genshin Impact looks like, do lighting and other post effects. And I don't know about you, but these post effects make Genshin Impact look a lot better. I mean, I can appreciate the OLED style, but there's just something great about seeing familiar Genshin landscapes looking like this. It's like a less extreme version when people make Minecraft need a supercomputer to run. Making games look different to your preference will always just feel nice. I mean, why else has there been a ton of lighting mods for Bethesda games like Skyrim and Fallout? Now, these two plugins for modding Genshin Impact that I've just talked about are fairly safe to use, even outside of the context of private servers. I know for a fact that reshade is safe to use in Hoyoverse servers since it's literally the same thing that many modern graphic cards have as a feature. You literally don't need to be on a private server to use it, and reshade being a bannable offense means that people with modern graphic cards might be in big trouble. The only reason why I'm really talking about reshade is because it's integrated with cultivation now and it's easier than ever to use. I'm also fairly certain that 3D Magoto is fine too, since people have been using it and have not been banned. However, I'm not too sure about the ins and outs of it, so you can go use it on Hoyoverse servers if you do want to risk it. However, this next plugin for Cultivator will surely get you banned if you use them on official Hoyoverse servers rather than Grasscutter, and that plugin is Akebi. So what is Akebi? Well, to oversimplify things, Akebi is like the ultimate Genshin Impact cheat engine. Akebi basically allows you to gain cheat powers like God Mode, teleporting by using the map, unlimited stamina, and kill auras, which is fine and all, but the real reason to use Akebi is because you're allowed to do things like turn off the UI or turn on free cam or unlock the FPS, see your FPS, and manage the entities. Akebi is basically a Swiss Army knife of many features that can help you cheat and customize your experience a little bit more. So how do we install Akebi? Well, if you've been paying attention throughout the video, then you should have a pretty good idea on how this will work. First, download and extract Akebi from the GitHub. Then tell Cultivator where Akebi is. Good job, you did it. It is honestly one of the more boring plugins that were given support, but it is the most important one if you want to do things beyond normal Genshin Impact gameplay. It is important to remember that you should not use Akebi on Hoyoverse servers, as some of the things on it are legit cheats that will get you banned. The other mods are tentatively fine, but Akebi is the boogeyman program that will make you lose your account. So I guess all those people who are saying private servers will get you banned are now technically correct, but only in the extremely stupid and unlikely scenario where you play with Akebi on, and then launch Genshin Impact through Cultivator, but also make sure that Genshin would connect to Hoyoverse servers rather than Grasscutter private servers, and then cheat on Hoyoverse servers with the cheats meant to be used for testing things on the Grasscutter servers. So you hear me, people that everybody called stupid? You were right. The Genshin Impact private servers will get your account banned. All you need to do is basically beg Hoyoverse to ban you and not connect to the evil private servers. And I think that's basically it. Considering how late this video is and how quickly Modi came out since my last video, most people most likely already knew of some of the things I talked about. However, the